It's Sunday morning, so glad you could be here with us for today's edition of the Hokey video blog. I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke, and we're starting out pretty quiet across wave country this morning. Had a few showers that tried to make a run at us, but they were unsuccessful at doing so thanks to the dry air we have in place. This afternoon, 90 degrees, no storms expected, but tomorrow, that's a different story. We'll talk here in a second about that. But first, today's Hokey weather fact, we're talking about your dog. And the fact that really any pet, your pet's paws, can be burned or injured by hot pavement during the summertime. Hot pavement is definitely a bad thing for our feet, and it's not so good for your pet's paws as well. So keep them in the grass or keep those little footy things on there, those covers, so that they don't get themselves burned as we go throughout the summer season. Just a gentle reminder there. And, of course, across the area this morning on our SkyTrack network of cameras, you're seeing a few clouds, especially out there in Corden, where we had a few of those showers that tried to get going, but the dry air just overcame them. So we've got some cloud debris from those. Otherwise, it's filtered sunshine to mostly sunny skies across the area. Depends on where you're at, especially in Shepherdsville. Look at that. Beautiful morning if you're waking up with us from there, especially in Starlight, too. Storm Tracker 3D radar not showing any showers at this hour. That's good news, at least if you're having any outdoor activities planned. If you need the rain, though, not so good for you because we really do need it. High pressure is centered over the Virginias at this moment. It's going to be influencing our weather for just one more day before we begin to see the influence of a cold front coming in from our north and our west. Temperatures started out this morning in the 50s and 60s. We're squarely in the 60s now. Even Bedford now showing up at 71 degrees, maybe just a touch warmer than it really is up there. That temperature sensor sometimes is a little temperamental, tries to get a little hot-headed. Here in the metro area, you see the heat island effect well in force. 69 at U of L, 68 at the Louisville International Airport. But look at Lanesville, 63. Crestwood, 67. Shelbyville, 66. Cooler in the suburbs and outlying areas at the moment. High pressure moves off to our east over the coming days. We get a few showers and thunderstorms going of the scattered variety tomorrow. Some of these could be strong to severe. In fact, we are under a slight risk of severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center, and this is going to be for tomorrow. Could see some gusty winds as we go throughout the afternoon, and some of these storms could see a severe thunderstorm warning or two. This is not expected to be a huge deal, but something we're watching, especially with all the instability that we'll have in the area by that point. We don't have a slight risk on Tuesday, but really I think the storm threat is about the same. If we do have some storms late Monday night to early Tuesday, that would limit things. We'll have to see how that goes on an hour-by-hour basis, and we'll keep up with that potential and tell it to you here on the blog and, of course, on social media and on television. Cold front moves in by Tuesday afternoon. Here comes more storms, and this will be the best storm chance we have of the week. They'll be the most widespread as we go throughout the next, I'd say, 7 days or so. We need the rain. We are abnormally dry in a lot of wave country right now. You see there outlined by the yellow, and that's going to be a problem if we go into this week and not get a whole lot of rain. I'm especially worried about portions of wave country to the south of Metro Louisville here, where you see that yellow right now, because I think as we go throughout the week, that's the area that's going to see the least rain. I think our rain totals will be highest along and north of the river, the way things are setting up right now with this rain moving through on Monday and Tuesday. And you've probably heard the saying here in Kentucky, and a drought begets drought. The drier the ground gets, the drier the air gets, and vice versa. So if you get one dry component there, then it tends to influence the other. So hopefully we can avoid that, but we're about 3 inches behind on rain for really the month and the year so far here in Metro Louisville. Some areas obviously doing a whole lot worse. Not good for crop yields and not good for those gardens and lawns. I know I mowed my lawn yesterday and I basically mowed dust. Yeah, it's starting to get that dry out there, folks. This is a situation we'll be keeping track of as we go throughout the summer months. High temperatures over the next several days. Well, 90s and 80s. 90s today, 90s tomorrow. The storm chance goes up in the afternoon. And with the increased storm threat on Tuesday, we go down into the 80s. And then we've got a pair of 86s on the way for Wednesday and Thursday. I've been looking at the long-range trends here on the long-range European model and also the CPS, the climate prediction model there as well. And it looks like sometime between the 19th and the 24th, we could have a pretty big, long, dry stretch there with some really hot temperatures. We'll see how that pans out, but just been kind of keeping my eyes on the crystal ball, and we'll see how it goes, because if we get this kind of drought pattern set up by that time, it might be hard to get out of it. So we'll keep our eyes to it. So far, I think we have a few chances for rain in there in the future, both this week and next week, but beyond, things are a little dicey. Of course, that's 2 weeks out, so there is some time to make some fine-tuning on that forecast as we go forward. But for now, enjoy one last day of not-so-humid weather before the humidity really cranks up as we go into the work week. For now, I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Have a great Sunday.